The year 1816 stands like a silent riddle in the world of American coinage. Collectors and historians alike know it as a year when no official silver dollars were struck. Yet the whispers of an 1816 no-mint mark find silver dollars still echo through numismatic legend. Imagine a coin that was never supposed to exist, a relic that slipped through the cracks of time, carrying with it the power to change the fortune of whoever dares to hold it. The $1,816 is not just currency. It is the ghost of America's coinage past. At the time, the United States was still healing from the economic wounds of the War of 1812. Silver was scarce, production was disrupted, and mint priorities shifted towards smaller denominations to fuel daily trade. Dollars, being larger and requiring more precious metal, were simply not authorized. And yet, the notion that a few experimental or clandestine pieces might have been struck has never left the minds of collectors. If such a coin does exist, it is a survivor of secrecy, a coin that outlived an age where it was never meant to be born. To hold a silver dollar marked with 1816 would be like holding lightning in your palm. Its surface would tell the story of 2 centuries, the fine silver shimmering with the glow of untold wealth and heritage. Liberty's face would stare out with timeless resolve, while the eagle on the reverse would spread its wings as if to guard the secret of its creation. This is no ordinary coin. It is a messenger from a hidden chapter of American history, a piece that defies the very records of the U.S. Mint. Collectors often say that legends drive the market more than numbers. The $1,816 proves this truth. While millions chase Morgan and peace dollars, the story of the 1816 is reserved for dreamers and visionaries. If one were to surface, the price would not simply reflect silver content. It would soar into millions, propelled by the sheer impossibility of its existence. Auctions would stop the world. Headlines would spread like wildfire, and overnight, the lucky finder would be transformed from ordinary to extraordinary. The power of this coin lies in more than its metal. It lies in its myth. It represents resilience in an age of scarcity, a whispered defiance from a mint, and the hidden possibilities that history sometimes tucks away. Each great collector's dream is to stumble upon a coin that nobody else possesses. The $1,816 is exactly that dream, one that could rewrite the destiny of its owner in a single moment. Imagine for a second that you found this coin tucked away in an old wooden chest in your attic. At first glance, it might appear to be just another silver relic, but as your fingers trace the date, 1816, your pulse quickens. You realize that what you hold is not only rare, it is almost impossible. A secret piece of America's earliest monetary legacy has found its way into your hands. In that moment, you're no longer just a finder. You are chosen. The absence of a mint mark is not unusual for early coins, as Philadelphia was the only mint operating then. But in this case, it adds to the aura of authenticity. A no-mint mark $1,816 would be undeniable proof that it came from the very heart of America's founding mint. No embellishments, no distractions, just a raw piece of history struck in pure fine silver. It is coins like this that blur the line between money and art. The 1816 silver dollar is not just valuable because of scarcity, but because it embodies the craftsmanship of an era when each strike of the die carried the weight of a nation's pride. Every dent, every patina mark, every shine of silver would be a fingerprint of history, telling its own story of survival and secrecy. Now imagine the modern-day market. In a time when collectors are willing to pay millions for unique coins, this piece would be unrivaled. Its rarity would surpass known treasures, its price unimaginable, its desirability infinite. Bidders would not stop at wealth. They would hunger for the glory of owning the coin that wasn't supposed to exist. Overnight, the humble finder of such a treasure would ascend into the ranks of billionaires. But more than the money, owning such a coin would bring eternal fame. Your name would be etched into the annals of coin collecting, written in books, remembered in documentaries, and celebrated in museums. The 1816 silver dollar would no longer just be a rumor. It would be your legacy. And in every whisper of its story, your name would follow. The truth is, coins like this are more than metal. They are destiny. They are the silent messengers of forgotten times, pieces that slip through cracks to test the eyes and hearts of those who stumble upon them. The 1816 silver dollar carries with it the power to turn a life upside down in the blink of an eye. It is not simply a collectible. It is a fortune, a history, and a dream crystallized in silver. So if you ever come across such a piece, never mistake it for common change. It is the rarest of treasures, the kind that comes once in a lifetime, perhaps once in history. Do not spend it. Do not sell it hastily, for it has the power to rewrite your future overnight. The 1816 no-mint mark fine silver dollar is more than a coin. It is a legend waiting for the right person to claim it, and with it, the unimaginable fortune and glory that follows. Next up, the year 1900 stands as a golden threshold in American history, a year that welcomed a new century filled with promise, progress, and dreams of greatness. Among the symbols of that transition was the silver dollar, struck in fine silver and carrying the face of liberty as if to say that America's future rested upon freedom, strength, and enduring values. The 1900 no-mint mark silver dollar, born from the Philadelphia Mint, carries within the spirit an era when the United States was rising as an industrial giant, stretching its hand toward the world stage with confidence. To collectors, this coin is not just a relic. It is a beating heart of a century that shaped the destiny of millions. When you gaze upon a 1900 fine silver dollar, you are not just looking at metal. You are staring at history crystallized into a shining artifact. The portrait of Lady Liberty graces the obverse, framed with her crown of stars, her calm gaze reflecting both resilience and hope. On the reverse, the eagle spreads its mighty wings, clutching arrows and olive branches, a perfect balance of war and peace. Every detail of its strike speaks to the artistry and pride of the mint engravers who knew that their work would endure for generations. A coin like this is more than a transaction token. It is a message from a time when coins carried the weight of a nation's soul. The absence of the mint mark is what makes the 1900 silver dollar from Philadelphia uniquely captivating. Unlike those struck in New Orleans or San Francisco, these Philadelphia issues stood without a mark, symbolizing their origin at the nation's oldest and proudest mint. For collectors, this no-mint mark coin represents purity, the root of the nation's silver heritage. Its surfaces, depending on condition, can gleam like mirrors or whisper of long journeys through countless hands. Each coin holds secrets. Was it carried by a soldier in the Spanish-American War, or tucked away by a banker who saw silver as a safe anchor of wealth? Now imagine holding such a coin in pristine condition. Not a scratch, not a blemish, just pure untouched silver from the dawn of the 20th century. This is a dream of every serious collector. Such a specimen could be valued in today's market, not merely in thousands, but in unimaginable millions. For a combination of history, condition, and rarity creates an explosive allure. The 1900 no-mint mark silver dollar in flawless preservation is not a mere collectible. It is a treasure chest in a single piece of metal, the kind of discovery that can transform an ordinary life into a fortune overnight. What makes this coin so dangerous to underestimate is its dual power, financial and symbolic. On one hand, it holds staggering market value. On the other, it embodies the dreams of a century now past. For investors, it is a ticket to unimaginable wealth. For historians, it is a time machine. And for the lucky individual who finds one hidden in an old drawer, jewelry box, or inherited collection, it is nothing less than destiny disguised as silver. It whispers a warning. Do not spend it lightly. Do not trade it cheaply, for in its glint lies the power to change your fortune forever. Think of the auctions that would erupt around this coin. Collectors from across the globe, museums, and private investors would fight tooth and nail to possess it. Bidding wars would spiral into the millions, each increase marking not just a higher price, but a greater recognition of the coin's significance. Headlines would blaze across newspapers and screens. Rare 1900 silver dollar shatters records. And in that moment, the humble coin would transform its owner into a billionaire overnight, their life story rewritten by a single piece of history. Beyond its price tag, though, lies the romance of the coin itself. This was money carried by ordinary Americans in a time of horse-drawn carriages, gaslit streets, and the hum of early factories. It might have been used to pay a worker's wage, to buy supplies for a farm, or to rest in a pocket as a lucky charm. Every 1900 silver dollar is a silent witness to to the life of a country that was preparing to dominate the 20th century. To hold it now is to connect with ancestors long gone, to bridge centuries with a touch of silver. What makes the 1900 no-mint mark dollar truly magical is that it is both common and rare. Many were minted, yet few survive in perfect, untouched condition. Those that do become legends, commanding astronomical prices, because they are no longer just coins. They are trophies of history. In a world flooded with replicas and forgeries, an authentic, high-grade 1900 silver dollar is a beacon of authenticity, a shining reminder of America's unshakable foundation in silver and liberty. Collectors know that coins like these are gateways to immortality. Owning one is not just about having wealth. It is about having a story, a legacy, and a piece of national identity. Your name would forever be linked with the coin in the annals of collecting. Museums may one day display it under glass with your story beside it. School children might learn about it, and numismatic journals would write of the incredible discovery. This is how a coin becomes more than a possession. It becomes history itself. The 1900 silver dollar is the kind of treasure that lies in wait for centuries, quietly biding its time until the right person uncovers it. It doesn't scream for attention, but when it appears, the world takes notice. It holds a strange and powerful ability to alter fate, to pull someone from obscurity into wealth and glory. It is not just silver, it is an embodiment of fortune, a destiny wrapped in a shining circle. In the end, the most valuable thing about the 1900 no-mint mark silver dollar is its ability to remind us that history is alive. It lives not just in books or museums, but in the very objects we pass over every day. Somewhere, tucked away in an attic, a box, or forgotten drawer, one of these coins could be waiting. The person who discovers it and recognizes its worth may find themselves transformed overnight into a legend. Such is the power of this coin. It is not merely money. It is a miracle of history in the palm of your hand. And so, the story of the 1900 no-mint mark silver dollar is not just about rarity or price. It is about possibility, about hope, about the extraordinary hidden within the ordinary. It is a coin that can turn a dream into reality and elevate a life into legend. If you ever stumble upon it, hold it close, guard it well, for within that small piece of silver lies a fortune, a future, and a piece of America's soul.